Now the fabric is at the hip height. So coming into a few variations here. Downward dog. Arms reaching out, grounding through the hands, legs wide. Wrapping that one leg around, a little bit of swinging side to side. Notice how this feels. Releasing that leg before wrapping the other leg. Again, it goes around the outer fabric. Keeping control with the movement. Legs are engaged and long. And then lowering the feet. Walking forward, coming into a forward fold. And then slowly coming up and pause. And then with the fabric at the low back, holding it tightly against the hips, frog the legs, coming into that inversion, upside down butterfly. Hands might be on the mat, a little sway side to side, feet in front of the fabric, and then releasing one leg out long, maybe bending the knee, maybe reaching for that ankle. Exploring how that feels. Bringing that foot back up and releasing the other leg. Again, bending the knee, maybe reaching for that ankle. Getting a nice stretch. Bringing the other foot back up. Any variation of the arms. And then coming back up, hinging forward, releasing the fabric to hold in the hands. Wide leg forward fold, coming forward into a plank and then back. Can be a nice option. Only coming as far forward as feels good to you. My shoulders are a little cranky, so I'm like, I'm not coming as far forward as I normally might. Just paying attention to your body is always so important. Come up slowly when you decide to, and pause. Positioning the fabric at your upper back, coming into a high lunge. And then from here, you might explore stepping the back foot around to come onto the opposite thigh for a variation of figure 4 hip stretch and chair. Switching legs, and then taking the other leg back behind you as you're holding on, coming into high crescent on the other side. That can feel really nice on the upper back too. Holding on to the fabric, coming back up, and pause. And then placing one foot into the fabric. Knee should be just about under the plumb line, and then take that leg out to the right and back and front. If you feel steady, you might just have your hands at your heart, or at any time you feel like you need to hold on to that fabric. Positioning the fabric against your left hand, coming into a little twist to the right. And then holding onto the fabric, bending the knee, coming forward into a pigeon pose. Keeping that right ankle active, sending the hips forward. This is a great stretch for that front hip. And then coming back, getting a little hamstring stretch, hinging forward with a long spine. And then switching sides. Other leg goes out to the side and back. Hands where they make sense to you. Keep control in that standing leg and hip. Again, coming into a little twist to your left. Pressing that right hand against the fabric as you press your left foot down into the fabric. And then pigeon on this side. Keeping that left ankle and leg active as you send the hips forward. Only going as far as feels appropriate to you. For me, this feels pretty good to go deep. And then that hamstring stretch, hinging from the hips, and then release the foot and pause. Notice sensation. Now from here, bring one foot in and then the other. So this is butterfly pose. But now, since the fabric is higher, I can come into an inversion. Hands might be on the mat or whatever makes sense to you. This can feel really intense at the hip crease. To come up is a little more challenging, but I did it. Pressing the feet back and then bringing them forward one at a time to come out. Nice stretch into the shoulders and upper back, a little side to side movement here. This always feels really great, especially after some of those other poses. And then slowly coming back up and pause. And then holding the fabric edge that's furthest away from you. This is just another way to come into the fabric. One knee in, hands reach forward, and then from here, the other leg is out. So turning around to see one knee is in the fabric and the foot is out. And then from here, give a little hop and a push and come all the way into the fabric. And then from there, you can just sort of wiggle around, get back onto your back, and you're back into cocoon. Ready to find a little movement, and then stillness. And you can stay in cocoon for as long as you have time for, relaxing and letting go. Feeling the wonderful effects from your practice. So thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this practice with the hammock.